Hey guys, how's it going? Brandon Arthur here. I'm just going to walk you through my competition on June 25th, last Saturday. My mindset, how I felt, my attempts, how I felt as the day went on. So I weighed in Friday. I was 197.3. I recomped pretty well. I pushed a lot of sodium. Really tried to get in as much water as I could. Saturday when I was competing, I was probably about 206. Which I was happy I could put on the extra pounds because I knew I was going to need it. Warm-ups were moving very well. My final warm-up for squats that day was 573. It moved great. I flew out of the hole. Knee wraps were feeling good. I competed in the Raw Classic division at 90 kilograms. My first attempt was 622, 282.5 kilos, something I knew I could hit for a triple, something that I've done multiple times in training with a pretty light knee wrap. Took 622, it felt exactly how I anticipated. Flew out of the hole, lockout felt strong, and knew it was a good choice for an opener. From there, I went 672, 305 kilograms, and that one was a little bit slower. I had my knees wrapped for about 2 or 3 minutes, so they were starting to fall asleep. I couldn't really feel my feet. But it still was a good attempt. I just had to fight for the lockout just a little bit. It didn't move as fast as I would have liked, but I still stuck to the game plan. My game plan for the day for squats was to go over 700 for the first time. My previous competition PR for squat was 683 pounds. That was in January. And so for my third attempt, I took 705 pounds, 320 kilos, and I knew it was going to be hard. I knew I was going to have to fight for it. But this time we timed the knee wrap perfect. Felt good. It felt heavy on my back. I got down into the hole, flew out of the hole, and hit a little bit of a wall, but I expected that. I knew that the lockout was going to be hard. But I was able to lock it out. I was really shaky at the top. Luckily, I got the rack command because I was about to lose my balance in my left leg. But I got the rack command, got really pumped. First 700-pound squat, first time I've ever had 700 on my back in competition. Got 3 white lights. I was very happy. That was the main goal for the day, was to crack into the 700-pound club on squats. So the day was going perfect. I was 3 for 3. Warming up for bench, we used a fatter bench bar. There were a couple of multiply guys in my flight, so they were going pretty heavy, and they were using the specialty bar. Kind of felt like a squat bar in my hands. But I got to warm up with that bar so I could get a feel for it before I hopped on the platform. My warm-ups were moving good. I took my last warm-up, I think it was 380. Got to the platform, my first attempt was 408, 185 kilos. Something I knew I could hit on my worst day, just feeling out the press command. My second attempt was 430, and I took the bar out just a little too far over my chest. I think it might have been a little bit to do with the bar being thicker. But I got down to my chest and tried to push off, and I tried to push back towards my face, and it just wasn't going. I lost it. I didn't have a good bar path. So I failed the second attempt, and that's mentally tough for me to come back from failing something and getting it on my third attempt. So I stayed safe. I took the same weight for my third. I took a few minutes between attempts to compose myself and get in the right mindset. I I was able to come back on my third and put the bar placement right where it needed to be, and I was able to come back and get 430 on my third attempt. It moved really well. My goal for bench on this day was to hit something between 441 and 452. 441 was my old PR, but it just wasn't there today. I could have chipped at it if I would have gotten my second attempt, but I just wanted to play it safe. I had like an 1135 subtotal at the time. The goal for the day was to get around, just to get over a 1,700 pound total. I had never totaled in the 1700s prior to this meet, so that was the main goal for the day. So going into deadlifts, I was already pretty fatigued. I was warming up. It'd been a pretty long day. Lifting started around 9 a.m. and we got into deads about 2 p.m. So the competition was using a Kabuki deadlift bar. It was my first time getting to pull on one of those. Didn't really feel a difference until my top set, maybe a little bit. But going into deads, my first attempt was at 529, 240 kilos. So I made a pretty big jump to 578, 262.5 kilos. That was a 5-pound competition PR. It moved pretty well. Got it about to my thighs, and the lockout slowed down a lot. It kind of got stuck on my thighs, but still wanted to try to chip to 601. I've tried to pull it a couple times at a few past meets and just fell right at lockout. I think it's just the gradual fatigue from the day building up. So for my third, I took 601, 272.5 kilos, and just couldn't quite lock it out. Got pretty close, got to about mid-thigh and just couldn't pull my hips through. I got kind of pulled out of position at the beginning of the lift, right off the floor. So I put myself in a pretty tough position to try to lock it out. But overall, went 7 for 9, 1714 total at 197 pounds. Very happy with the overall meet day. Competition ran great. Couldn't have asked for much more. Just a few technical errors on my part on the bench and the deadlift. Finished the day right under a 500 Wilks. I think it was 498. Very happy overall with my performance, and this was my 5th competition with JuggernautAI, and just keep adding pounds to my total, to my squat, to my deadlift. We're ready for the next meet. I'm currently 11 weeks out. My next meet's going to be in sleeves. So my last meet in sleeves was in 2016. I was a 220. So this will be my first 198 sleeve meet. Very excited, ready to push it, ready to get back to training, ready to hit some more PRs.